BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
Jack, congrats on today. If you can tell us how you turned that match around and got the win.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid performance overall. First set was difficult. Came out. I actually played him last year in Tokyo, and it was one of my best matches of the year. So I knew he was a really good player, and he can be very, can come out with some unplayable stuff. I think just first set, just a couple of loose double faults here and there, and he was playing well enough to capitalise on that, and then I think from there did a really good job of settling myself in and improved as the match went on. So pretty happy with my performance today. Yeah.
Jack, congratulations. Obviously, the last couple of visits here have been probably memorable for reasons that you didn't want. This year, you finally got the mark here. Just tell us how you're feeling to get that first win here in the main draw.
Yeah, very happy. Seems weird, yeah. Like I obviously played here a couple of times and haven't been able to. The first time was a bit of a non-event, to be honest, with my arm, and then last year was a really difficult one, but a really important moment, I think, for me and my career, and sort of it was memorable for good reasons as well as bad ones. So I think, yeah, to win my first match here feels amazing, but obviously, like, I want to keep on going and want to keep on improving as the tournament goes on.
Hey Jack, well played. How different does it feel to go when you go down a set in best of 5 versus best of 3, and knowing how much more there is of the match to be played and knowing how tough you are to beat, and also I guess I know you've talked about this before, but how much does Australia and all of those best of 5 set matches help you in this format?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit different. I think. When I lost the first set today, I wasn't panicking at all, like, because I felt like I'd obviously come out slow, but then I was building my way back into the match in that first set, and yeah, like you said, he's going to have to play another 2 sets to beat me, and in the first set I wasn't playing great tennis at all, and he was almost playing some lights out stuff, so I knew that it was going to be a long match to go. And I think, yeah, when I've watched the great players, it's like there's still such a long way to go in Grand Slam tennis, and that's something I'm still understanding. But I'm understanding it better and better. I understand when to, in a 3-set match, for instance, I'm usually quite aggressive and quite full on all the time, whereas in Grand Slams you just can't be like that because the match is too long. So. I think today I did a really good job of staying calm and knowing that my tennis was going to get better and that I've prepared well and that things were going to click into place.
Obviously, you've got to focus on yourself, Jack, but in the big picture, last year we went love for 6. This year we've gone 6 for 7. So, I mean, it's best results for 50 years here. So how does that feel for you and the group?
I think it's amazing. Obviously, I've been really focused on myself and my own preparations, but I've been watching the other players. Obviously, Katie winning, Emma winning. I mean, all of them won, sorry, pretty much. So I think it's amazing for British tennis, to be honest. Especially watched Jacob yesterday. I said that he was going to be a top player. I still believe that. I know you guys have probably watched him, and he's very impressive. Cam, obviously in Olympics last year, picked up an injury and has been struggling a little bit since for his level, and to come out and beat Medvedev, that's a huge win. Obviously Emma playing great tennis on the clay, Bolts as well, and Sonne. So I think it's great. It shows that we're not afraid of playing well on the clay, and I think all of them. Great respect for. They all work really hard and they're all great players. So I'm not surprised either, to be honest. It's good.
Hey Jack, well done today. I just wondered, he put out a couple of underarm serves, one at quite a big moment. I wondered, is that something you prepared for at all before facing him, that he might do that?
No, I mean, I knew that he does use it a little bit. I never understand it with underarm serves, why like people like boo and stuff, because it's it's part of the game. If you've got that shot in the locker, so many guys are serving, returning from so far back in the court that it's a good play. It worked on that point against me today, and I have seen him pull out that one before, so I was kind of wary of it. And yeah, it's a good shot if you can play at the right time. The guy's not really engaged or something, and he's standing so far back. So, you know, he's a talented boy, isn't he? I don't have that shot in the locker. I definitely don't, and that's terrible.
Jack, you've had a great clay season this year, your best clay season that you've had so far. How important was it for you to get a win here to back up the results you've had this year in your top 5 status now?
Yeah, definitely important. Yeah, I feel like last year, you know, I'm obviously a different player now in many ways, but I think, you know, I didn't really get my foot off the ground. You know, I lost 3 7-6s in the third. I've always enjoyed the clay. I've always liked the clay. I've always thought that my game suits it. Maybe this year a bit physically better and confidence and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, I mean, I know I haven't won a match here, but you know, I'm coming here wanting to go deep in the tournament. You know, and I have the confidence and I have the belief that I can do that. So obviously, winning a match feels good, but you know, my goals are much higher than that. So although it feels great, you know, I'm really focused on hopefully going as deep as I can here.
So quite a few players have been talking about the weird situations they've found themselves in with anti-doping, like particularly when they can't pee. And like, for example, Tannen Griesbach was telling me that, you know, because he couldn't pee for like 3 hours, he ended up like sitting on his couch watching an Ajax game, the full game with the anti-doping guy until he could pee. I'm curious if you've had any weird experiences with them, and if not in general, just what is it like having someone watch you take a piss?
Nah, I mean, like it's obviously a difficult moment, right? You know, you kind of sometimes you push so hard that you're farting and you're right next to them. So you know, it's a tough job for them as well. You know, and I always keep that in mind. Like some people get annoyed and stuff because you know it is a very intimate situation. But at the end of the day, like I feel for that person as well. It's their job. But yeah, it's sometimes difficult as well. Like if it's really late and stuff, and you know you want to get cracking on with whatever you're doing next and stuff, and then you've got to wait around and do that for a long time. You know, it's difficult because you're losing sleep. But then I also think you know it's a tough job for them as well. It's not easy. So yeah, some awkward moments for sure though. Yeah.
You mentioned there about your game, sort of you feel it works on clay. How much are you just playing your normal game? How much are you making adjustments for the surface?
I mean, I think one of the biggest things for me was the movement. You know, sliding into the ball, knowing when to, just get round my forehand more. I think definitely looking for my forehand more is a big thing. Using that as a weapon more, and I think just sliding. You know, you watch the best players on the clay courts; they're able to slide into balls off both wings. I feel like maybe in the past I struggled with that a little bit more, whereas my timing of that has improved a lot. And it's just small adjustments of when to, what balls to play at the right time. But I think naturally my game really suits the clay, so I don't think about it too much, in all honesty. Yeah.